That's enough, the coach says. Players line up. Some avoid eye contact. Some already know where they stand. The coach scans the line. This camp is about who elevates everyone else, he continues. Not who needs the game to bend for them. Silence. Angel nods once. Jaw tight. No argument. Caitlin stands still. Eyes forward. The message lands. They're dismissed. As players walk out, phones buzz. Messages flood in. Speculation starts before anyone reaches the door. Sue Bird stops Caitlin near the tunnel. Keep doing that, she says. They'll follow. Caitlin nods. No smile. No celebration. This wasn't about winning a drill. It was about control. Composure. Fitting into a system that doesn't wait for anyone. Inside that locked gym on day 2 of Team USA camp, one player proved she could run the room. Another realized the margin was gone. No announcement. No headline. But everyone inside knew. The decision didn't happen later. It happened right there. Then Caitlin Clark entered the picture, and everything changed. She didn't just sign with the WNBA. She announced that women's basketball was ready for prime time and kicked the door wide open. Her game started pulling in audiences the league had never seen before. Suddenly, people who had never watched women's basketball were tuning in just to see what the buzz was about. Nike noticed immediately. What they saw was a gold mine. Clark was selling out arenas, dominating social media, and delivering television numbers that rivaled men's games. Marketing executives dream of moments like that. Before long, reports surfaced that Caitlin had secured a Nike deal that included plans for her own signature shoe, something only a handful of women's basketball players have ever achieved. That's where Michael Jordan comes in. Jordan isn't just a retired athlete managing a brand empire. He still has deep influence within Nike and the Jordan brand, and he's been paying close attention to the rise of women's basketball. The man who revolutionized athlete endorsements could see where the momentum was headed, and he wanted to be part of it. Jordan and Clark began talking about how to elevate the sport even further, and they both understood something important. One star getting paid wasn't enough. If women's basketball was going to grow, the entire ecosystem had to rise with it. That's when Sophie Cunningham's name entered the conversation. Despite playing on different teams, Sophie and Caitlin had developed a close relationship. Together, Jordan and Clark brought a bold idea to Nike. Sophie should be part of the next generation of women's basketball endorsers. It wasn't just about one contract. It was about sending a message to fans, to brands, and to the league itself that investing in WNBA players had real value. The negotiations were reportedly intense. Paying $27 million for a role player was unprecedented. But Jordan's backing carried enormous weight, and Caitlin's star power made the proposal impossible to ignore. The message was clear. These aren't just individual athletes. These are colleagues, and they deserve to be compensated accordingly. When they finally told Sophie, those close to the situation say the meeting was emotional because it wasn't just a deal. It was validation. At first, she could barely believe it. The deal wasn't just about money. It included global marketing campaigns, signature apparel, and opportunities to build her brand on an international stage. This wasn't just a contract. This was Sophie Cunningham being positioned as a household name. By investing in Sophie at this level, Nike sent a clear message to the rest of the business world. You don't have to be the biggest superstar to be worth major money. Veterans and high-impact role players matter. They help teams win. They move culture. And they've been undervalued for far too long. The ripple effect could be massive. Players who were once overlooked may finally see doors open. Put the number in perspective, $27 million. The maximum WNBA salary is roughly $200,000 per year. Even if Sophie played another 10 seasons at the very top of the pay scale, she wouldn't come close to earning what this one endorsement provides. This is retirement-level money, generational security, life-changing in every sense. And now, other brands are paying attention. If Nike is willing to invest $27 million in Sophie Cunningham, what does that mean for Adidas? Under Armour? New Balance? Suddenly, the market is wide open. For teams like the Indiana Fever, having players with endorsement power like this elevates the entire franchise. It boosts visibility, attracts free agents, and signals that this is a place where careers and brands can grow. The global implications are just as compelling. Nike is a worldwide platform. This deal opens doors for international marketing, making Sophie a representative not just of the WNBA, but of women's basketball on a global stage. That exposure can grow the game in regions where women's basketball is still emerging. Michael Jordan's involvement adds another layer entirely. This is the man who reshaped how athletes think about endorsements. The Air Jordan brand didn't just change shoes, it changed sports marketing forever. Caitlin Clark deserves credit here too. She could have focused solely on her own deals and her own earnings. Instead, she chose a broader vision, using her influence to help lift other players. Women's sports don't grow through individual success alone. They grow when the tide rises for everyone. This deal could reshape the future of the WNBA. If players can earn significant income through endorsements, it may influence conversations around salary caps and collective bargaining. The league may need to adapt to a reality where off-court earnings become a central part of player compensation. For Nike, this is a smart long-term bet. Women's sports are only going to grow. By stepping up now, they're positioning themselves as the brand that believed early, before it was easy, before it was trendy. Yes, the pressure is now on Sophie Cunningham. But based on her career and professionalism, she's ready. Nike didn't choose randomly. They chose someone who represents what they want their brand to stand for. The bigger questions remain. Will more deals like this follow? Will other former superstars invest in women's sports the way Jordan did? Will more companies take chances on WNBA players because Sophie proved the value? One thing is certain, women's basketball will never be the same. When Michael Jordan and Caitlin Clark help put $27 million behind a player, the conversation changes. The ceiling shifts. Possibilities expand. And somewhere right now, a young girl shooting jumpers just realized something powerful. Her dream is worth far more than anyone ever told her. The future has arrived.